Hey Yellow Group, welcome to Fishing. Fishing with Eric. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time here. So today, I gave all your coaches a fishing pole. So coaches, if you could just hand your fishing pole over to your athlete, get them familiar with how tall the pole is. The pole is usually about 5 feet in height, okay? And there's a few components to the hole. There's a handle, this is where you grip the pole, and there's a reel. So the reel has a little crank with it. This is where you reel in the fish when it's time to, when it wants to catch a fish. So at the end of the reel, there's a little line. So coaches, if you can show your athlete the line. So this line is specifically designed for fishing to hold like a lot of weight, because sometimes fishes can be pretty heavy and the weight of you pulling back can also be a lot as well. And at the end of that line, there is a little hook. So the hook, coaches, be careful when showing your athlete the hook, because the hook can be a little bit sharp. At the end of the hook, there is a worm. So if you want to have your athletes feel the worm, it's a little gooey. Now halfway through that line, near the hook, is a bobber. So this bobber helps indicate if there's a fish on the other line. The idea behind the bobber is that once a fish is pulling down your worm or eating that worm is on the hook, the bobber will go under the water. That's how you know you have a fish. So you have a few different types of variations of bobbers. Andrew and Cameron, they're in the middle. You guys have a sound bobber and a glow in the dark bobber as well. We also have a light one that can be seen in the dark. And the sound one that just makes a noise so you know where it is and where it's casting from. We have a bunch of different equipment. We have fake worms. If you want to pass these around, they're just fake worms. If you want to have your athlete also feel the fake worm, you just pull one out actually and just, here you go, Cameron. You want to have your athlete feel the fake worm. Nice. And we also have real worms too. Anyone want to feel a real worm? You want to put your hand in there, Andrew? Nope. Hey, you want to put your hand in the real worm? Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Now, when we use the worms, we usually use half a worm. So when you put your worm on the hook, you can rip it in half. Other equipment that we use, we have a glove for when we catch a fish and we're trying to take the fish off the hook. Fishes have scales, right? And these scales can cut you and cut your hand. So sometimes it's nice to have a glove on so you don't get cut by the fish. And when we grab a fish, right? We grab a fish, we grab it with a cupped hand. So everyone pretend like you're grabbing a glass of water. Andrew, we'll spread your fingers apart a little bit more. A little closer together now, actually. Thumb in line with your, yes, just like that. Okay, so the back of the fish, where the back of the gills are, that is where the palm of your hand is gonna be, okay? And I'm gonna take this pole away from you. Can I see your cupped hand for a second? So this is the fish. You're gonna have it, nice squeeze nice and hard. Yes, not too hard, you don't wanna injure the fish. But see how it's all the way against the palm of your hand? That's where you want it to be. See the back, see the gills, you see the front of the fish here, back here, okay? See how it's all the way against your palm? Perfect grab. You can let go now. And I'm gonna let you try, okay? Let's see that cup. Let's see the cup. I'm gonna put the fish in the, back, this part of the back of the fish should be in the palm of your hand. So put it a little deeper, nice, great. So your hand should be pretty much midway through the fish so you can try to grab that hook. Coaches, if your athlete does catch a fish, you might want to take their pole for them and have them grab the fish because you're going to need 2 hands when grabbing the fish. Athletes, if you think you can give it a try all by yourself, you might want to put the pole in between your legs and then you can have 2 hands to grab the fish and grab the hook. So athletes, when casting and we're near the water, we should always wear a life vest. Now you're like, hey, but we're on land, we may not need a life vest, but what happens if you accidentally fall in and hit your head? We want you to be floating so we can rescue you. You know, we don't want you to hit your head and sink all the way to the bottom. We need to wear a life vest, so just in case something was to happen, we can save you, all right? So life vest on, your reel is in one hand, you have a worm on your hook, you're all ready to go. Now the next step, you're going to, coaches, if you want to hand your pole back to your athlete. Pole is going to be in your left hand. So grab the grip with your left hand. Pull in your left hand, now you can let go of the line. So pull in your left hand, now you're with your right hand, you're gonna grab, find that line. Find that line right after the reel. So don't grab the pole, just grab the line. Nice. With your left hand, then you're gonna, with your thumb of your left hand, you're gonna press that button, okay? So that button, press it right now and see what happens. See how it kind of like relaxes the line a little bit and made it like a lot less taut, made it nice and like loose, right? So that's how we cast. So you're gonna have left hand, fishing pole, right arm, fishing line. You're gonna press that button, then everyone's gonna say cast or casting. So everyone around you knows to be safe, to watch out for that hook. So you're gonna press that button, you're gonna say casting, you're gonna throw that line out there with that hook and the worm, and you're just gonna wait. Fishing is a very slow game. Good luck catching a fish in 5 minutes. Maybe you are lucky. Maybe catch a fish in 30 seconds. But most of the time it takes some time to catch a fish, okay? Okay, I think we are ready. So athletes and coaches, grab a life vest. Let's go fishing, everyone. Here we go. After you give instruction to your class and have them start their fishing process, sometimes you might notice athletes or students might need a little bit more extra instruction. Abby here has never fished before. I'm gonna give her some tactile modeling and some whole part whole with her coach. So Abby, I'm gonna guide you over there, okay? I'm gonna guide you over to your coach, Neff. And you feel this concrete right here? We are close to the water, okay? So take a step to your right, take a step to your right. And I would like for you to put your left hand where Neff's left hand is, and your right hand where Neff's right hand is, okay? So Neff, I'm gonna have you draw back like you're casting, okay? Abby, try to sense where that pole is, see how it's like right off his hip. And then Neff right now is going to loosen the line. So right now it's important to verbally talk with your athlete or your student and tell them what's going on while you're using tactile modeling. So right now, Abby is grabbing Neff's right hand and left hand, and Neff is going to do the casting motion, okay?
And then say casting.
So it's like a flick of the wrist in a way, right? So when that casting motion comes, it's a nice flick of the wrist or both wrists. And what you're doing now is you're slowly reeling that line in. You're trying to catch a fish right now on that hook with that worm. You're trying to bait him in. And reeling really fast is not gonna do you any good. So reeling it nice and slow is gonna have the best opportunity to catch a fish. So now that Abby just went over the whole tactile modeling with Neff, now we're gonna break it up into each individual parts. First part is finding a fishing pole. So we just found this fishing pole in the garage. Abby, I'm gonna give you the pole. It's on the right side of your body. And we went over all the different parts of the fishing pole, like the handle, the reel, the line, the hook, and the bobber. Now it's time to get into the worm. So Abby, I'm gonna let you pick any worm you want out of this box. They're all different colors. So we got a nice worm, okay? Now you're gonna grab your hook. So try to find that line that's a little separated. Yeah, now you found the bobber. So go all the way down. Oh, keep going down, keep going down. Yup. So the hook is, okay, perfect. So now what you're gonna do is, with the worm, you're gonna try to weave it into the hook, okay? You're just gonna stab the hook into the worm, okay? Awesome. Okay, you did it, great. So now we have the worm on the hook. First part is complete. Second part, hey, we have this life vest on. Now we're gonna be safe to go onto the water. And now the third part is to cast, okay? So I know we just did the whole tactile modeling with Neff and went over the whole cast all together. Now we're gonna have you try to do it all by yourself, okay? So I'm gonna guide you over to the water. I'm on your left side, it's my right arm. Guide you over the water. Now we feel the concrete, right? Okay, so we're gonna hold the pole in what hand? Our left hand. Awesome, the line is just a little bit tangled right now. So I'm gonna untangle the line for you. Perfect. So the line was just all wrapped around the pole. So now it's off, okay? So with your right hand, you're gonna hold onto the fishing wire, right? Just like now with your left thumb, you're gonna press the mechanism to release it. Awesome. Bring that pole back to your right side, and you're gonna say what?
Casting.
Now release. Nice. So once it's cast, then you're gonna what? Slowly reel it in, okay, nice and slow. Try to feel that fish. You can go a little bit faster than that. That's a good speed right there. So you're gonna keep reeling in until you can't reel in anymore. Boom, now we're ready to cast again. Awesome. Awesome, so now we finally finished the part of casting and we're just waiting for a bite or a fish, okay? So we have this fake fish here that we got in a store and we have a fake hook and we're gonna use this to demonstrate or to show our athlete or student how to take the hook out of the fake fish. Now, we've done this before in the past with real fishes and you know, it takes a long time for our athlete to learn how to take this hook out of the fish. And we want this process to be as fast as we can to not injure any fish at all. So we use this fake fish to provide some time to get used to where you actually grab the fish, how to grab the hook, what to do with the pole, because to take a fish off a hook, it's a two-hand process. Okay, so now you're gonna put your pole in between your legs, And with your left hand, I have this glove here. So Abby, I'm gonna put this glove on your hand for you. Boom, this is for your left hand. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna find the fishing wire, right? And you're gonna try to find and feel out for the back of the fish. You're gonna feel the back of the fish, nice. So we start at the top of the fish, and then we move down, and with your other free hand, the right hand, we try to find the hook. We try to figure out which direction the hook actually went into the fish. We feel both ends, entry wound and exit wound, and we try our best to grab the top of the hook and to pry it out, just like that. Nice job. So once we have the fish in our hand, we gotta quickly bring it over to the water, and we're not gonna throw the fish in the water, are we? And we're not trying to hurt anything here. We're gonna lightly get as close to the water as we can and lightly drop it back into the water. And once you do that, you might have to get another worm, you might have to cast it out again, get another fish, do the same process over and over again, and that's fishing. Now let's catch some real fish, right, Abby?
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Awesome, I'll take this fake pole, was a real pole, fake hook away from you, put the glove down on the fake fish. I got a worm already on this hook for you and the real fishing pole, and now we can get to casting, okay? Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna guide you over to the edge of the water. Feel the concrete. You're about 2 feet away from the water. Cast away.
Casting. My name is Abby, and I have been a camper at Campabilities for 6 years. One of my favorite part of Campabilities is being able to experience sports that I never would have been able to try out before in school. And you know, the things you learn here, you can take back to your school and show them how they can modify different sports. So I'm really excited to be here today, revisiting old former campers, and I hope that more kids my age will be able to try out these sorts of camps as well.